Hi Flosstube, I'm Sally, StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is the 11th of October 2023 and this is Flosstube number 61. A very warm welcome, whether you are a returning viewer or a new viewer, it is lovely to have you here. If you are new, if you would please consider hitting the subscribe button and also giving my video a like and hitting the bell so that you know when I upload a new video, and also if you have time, if you could leave me a comment please. Nice comments only, thank you very much. So yeah, I have quite a bit to show you today, so I'm going to get on because my husband's coming home early today and I don't really want to be doing a floss tube when he walks through the door because he's not exactly quiet. So yeah, I will get started. I do have some finishes to show you today, but I'll just start with my book of days for October. So there we go. And I do apologise for the light today, it's really dull. I've had to put my main light on, and I do also have my ring light on, so apologies for the glare off my glasses, but if I take my glasses off I can't see terribly well. Right, so I'm just going to show you some finishes that I sent as gifts for a start off. So it was my lovely friend Lainey's 60th birthday recently, and I stitched this for her, and that is Friends Are the Flowers by Lucy Beam, and I think it was in the summer PNPS magazine this year. So yeah, I stitched that on a 35 count storm grey linen, and I've just mounted it onto card, mounted some fabric onto two other pieces of card and stuck that onto it, if that makes any sense. I'm sure you can see anyway. So yeah, very happy to say that Lainey loved it. I also sent her a wood turned sheep called Dazzler, and some chocolates. And then I stitched the freebie from Puntini, please enter your pin, and I stitched that as a little thank you gift for Pauline of Serby Bags. Because if you've watched me before, you'll know that Pauline very kindly made me a Platinum Jubilee bag, and she also sent me a new style of bag for me to have a look at and see what I thought to it. So I just wanted to say a little thank you. And then I stitched that again, stitched it for my friend Sue's birthday, Sue X Stitch on Instagram. I do apologise for it's a bit glary. So yeah, also stitched that one. So I have a finish. No, I have more. I have more FFOs. I was forgetting about the other FFOs. So first one is Don't Piss Off the Fairies, which was a freebie by the Primitive Hare, and I've just finished it as a pillow. Just backed it with this fabric and popped some chenille trim on that I got in the works. Yeah, that was stitched on 36 count platinum, I think it was. With some hand-dyed threads that from Stash. I'm just going to bear with me a minute, I'm just going to turn that off. No. Oh, better off with it on, I think. And then I did some framing. So this is RTO Warmth in Palms Robin. And I just stitched it as kitted with the Ada and the threads from the kit. And this is a frame from Dunelm. There's not a lot of space in the back actually, so it's a bit tight, but really pleased with that. So that stands underneath my white tree that I've got the robins on that lovely Audrey sent me, that her wife Sarah made. She's a glass artist. I did show them in my floss tube quite a few floss tubes back actually. And then the next one is Stitches Through the Years Black Sampler. And I did share this as a finish last time. Sorry, it's my ring light. I can't get it. Can't get it at a good angle without my ring light reflecting. Yeah, so this is a freebie from Stitches Through the Years. I stitched it 1/1 on 25 count vintage marble. And again, a frame from Dunelm. This is the same frame as I've framed the robin in, but just a black one. So again, not a lot of room excuse me, in the back. And then my last finish is this one, and that is Barbara Anna Designs Sailing Dreams, stitched on an unknown fabric using the DMC using the DMC threads as charted. So that's all my FFOs. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the lighting today. There's not a lot I can do about it. It's just so dull and horrible. Doesn't look right without my ring light on. It's a bit sort of bright with it on, but anyway. So my finish is from Blackbird Designs Merry December, and it's this one here, Deer in the Meadow. Now I am going to go back at some point and stitch this one, but at the moment I'm not stitching on Blackbird Designs on a Tuesday evening. So I am stitching this with the I stitched this with the DMC conversion, and that's gone on the floor on 32 count vintage country mocha. So there we go, that's all finished. I don't know how on earth I'm going to get this finished off, because anything other than normal shapes I'm not a lot good at, so we shall see what happens. Yeah, really, really pleased with that. I think it looks lovely. So that's my finish. Let's pick that up off the floor. And then I did have a new start. Now I have no right having a new start, because I really want to get some things finished. But this is part of Stitchy Kindness as well. I'm gonna show it now. So my lovely friend Dawn Frosty X Stitch, she gifted me with a couple of charts from the Snowflower Diaries last week. She'd met the designer at Stitch Basel, which Dawn was one of the organisers of, and she'd seen this one stitched up, seen a model of it. So this is Trust the Universe, and I have loved this since it was released last year. I think it was for one of the needlework, was it Expo maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, it was released for that. I will show the other one later on that she sent me. And I just love this. And Dawn's reasoning for buying me this one was because it reminded her of the Dreaming Girls that I stitch, and also she thought it would help me and also help Jess. Trust the universe. Which, yeah, sometimes that's just what you need to try and do, but it's not always that easy, is it? But yeah, I said to Dawn, I have to start it. I'm going to have to start it straight away. So this is my Saturday night stitch with my lovely friend Lainey. And I just love it. So I'm stitching it with mostly the called for. Because I had them in my stash. And I picked out a piece of Coffee Craft Fabrics, which was one of the fabric of the month when I was in it. And you can't really see, it doesn't show up very well there. I've just got that little start, but it's a start nonetheless. So I'm hoping as I get more done that will show up a lot better than it is doing. But yeah, I just love this piece. So thank you so much, Dawn. I mean, you already know how much that meant. Yeah, so that's my new start. And then I'm going to go on to... Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't intent on doing zips up and I forgot that. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm rushing through this, but it's just because my husband's coming home early today. I should have maybe waited until later to do it, but... so my first whip I'd like to show is this one. And this is The Simple Things by Emma Congdon of Stitch Rovia. And this is in Cross Stitcher May 2021. And I'm stitching this along with Yoanita, lovely Yoanita of Stitchy Things. And also Steve Riven Hain, he's finished it, as I said last week, and it looks fantastic. And he's fully finished it now, and that really does look amazing. The Stitching Ewe, Cucki Bliss, and Sallyann Crafting. I think she's hoping to restart hers. So, and I am stitching this with, oh dear, this lighting is terrible. 798, which looks absolutely nothing like that. That's my second skein. I think I'm going to be moving on to a third skein before much longer. And I am stitching this on 32 count Vintage Sun by Zweigart. And as you can see, I have got down to the bottom on this side. I did make a mistake somewhere, but I've left it because it didn't affect anything else, so it's just stayed there. So when I pick it up again, I'm going to continue down this bit here. But I just love it. I love how it's looking. It just makes me feel at peace when I'm stitching on it. And I do apologise if you can hear my dehumidifier. I've had to hang my washing up inside today because the forecast says it's going to be heavy rain. So my next whip is, sorry, I just found my cover page because that isn't the cover page. Is this, and it is Barbara Anna Designs, and it's the Cleo Mystery Sal, and I'm stitching this with my lovely friend Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows. Yeah, I just fell in love with this and had to get it and start it. So part 2 has come out now, and I did say last time that part 2 was coming out on the Friday, and it wasn't. It came out on the Sunday, so this is part 1 and 2. And I'm stitching this with the called for threads and Rainbow Gallery PBO1. And using a piece of 32 count Coffee Craft fabrics. Now Megan doesn't name her fabrics, so this is just, it's one of her Super Sunday sales fabrics. 32 count opalescent even weave. So I haven't finished part 1 yet. I have all this backstitch to do, but I did make a start on part 2 because I wanted to do the cat. So that doesn't show up terribly well. I think it shows up a teeny weeny bit better back there than it does up there. But yeah, love this, love the colours. Absolutely gorgeous. So I don't think I will get part 2 finished before part 3 comes out, because I think part 3 comes out this Sunday the 15th, I believe. And yeah, I'm not getting that finished. I doubt very, very much. And then my next one is Plum Street Samplers Pink House Sampler. And this is a stitch along with my lovely friend Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher. Now I have decided that I'm going to stitch on this a couple of nights a week again now. So instead of starting another Blackbird Designs on a Tuesday with my lovely friends Barb and Mouse, I'm going to stitch on this as well. So I have stitched on this last night. So I am using the DMC conversion. I said I just didn't want to have to buy all the hand dyeds, and DMC is absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with DMC. So I'm stitching this 1/1 on 25 count vintage country mocha. And that's where I'm at. So as you can see, I don't remember where I was last time actually, but what I'm doing now is I'm just picking a symbol and working my way round the border, filling in that colour. And also trying to get some of the flowers in the grass filled in as well. And then once I've done that, I'm going to stitch this box and then work out how I'm going to fit the quilting that I'm going to use. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this, but I think I just need to get it finished, because obviously I've got my 6 for 60 coming in December, which yeah, it's still 7 weeks away, maybe a bit longer, not entirely sure, but I really just want to get this finished in decent time. I don't particularly want to have anything that I've just got to put away for a month, although there is going to be one thing at least that will be going away for a month, or who knows, maybe not. Sorry, I've done it again, the zip. Right, next whip is Stitches Through the Years Happy Harvest, and this is my Friday night sheep stitch with my lovely friend Barb. And I think, as I've mentioned before, we are going to have a change eventually, but I do want to get these stitched first, so it could take a long time, to be fair, because they really do take some stitching. I'm stitching it with the called for DMC. They're not all in there. And this is on a piece of 40 count vintage country mocha by Zweigart. And there we are. So I've stitched the pumpkins around the border. I have got the little fill-in bits to do yet, but And then I decided to go and stitch this pot here. So it's not going too badly at the moment. I mean, obviously there's a huge amount of grass in this one, just the same as there was in the strawberry harvest. And you know me and grass. But I'll get there. I will get there. Again, this has to be finished for the beginning of December. So I need to get a shifter on. Put that back in the right way up. And then my final whip is Heaven and Earth Designs Guardian. Ah! Oh no, everything's falling on the floor. Okay, I'll pick that up in a minute. Ow, that hurt. How did I manage not to swear? Ow. Heaven and Earth Designs Guardian. Which, if you've watched me before, you will know I started in 2007. I got quite a lot done on it, and then it just kept getting put away, and I never picked it up again. Until I think it was February this year, I started on it again. So this is page 21. And I just don't seem to be able to get on with it somehow. I have got quite a lot done on this page. As you can see, this page starts here, so I've got all this done, and then I just worked my way down here. But yeah, I'm running out of steam with it, I have to admit, but I really do want to finish it, so I'm going to have to keep at it. But yeah, we'll just keep going, getting whatever I can done on it, because it seems such a shame. It seems a shame not to get it finished. Right, I'm just going to pause you a minute, and I'm going to go and pick my stuff up. Sorry about that. Just a couple of magazines fell on the floor. Right, I'm going to move on to haul now. So I purchased the Just Cross Stitch Ornaments magazine, the 2023 issue. I don't think I've actually bought this since 2019. It was just, I don't know, I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I decided not to bother buying it. However, this year, is it on the front? No, it's not on the front. I saw somebody had stitched. I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? But I've passed it. Yeah, I've passed it. Yeah, I saw somebody stitch this one. I saw it come up on Instagram. And I thought, oh, really, really like that. Is it? I think it's... Is it the Little Stitcher, I believe? And I thought, I am not buying a magazine just for one. Yes, it's the Little Stitcher. Just for one design. And I couldn't find any sort of comprehensive photos of what was inside it. And then I remembered that Beth, the Steadfast Stitcher, she'd done a flick through, so I watched her flick through and I thought, yeah, that's fine, there's plenty in there, so I'll pick it up. Bought it off eBay from Jeff P. Smith, and the seller is linked in the description box down below. And then I picked up The World of Cross Stitching, and that is the Okay, I cannot see. I cannot see. Does it not say? December 2023 issue, it's issue 339. Now, I never buy magazines. Cross-stitching magazines, in fact I don't buy magazines at all particularly. But the reason I bought it was for the Rendale calendar, because I want to stitch the robin, but I also want to stitch the rest of them as well, so I picked that up in Tesco's when I was doing my shopping. And then you'll remember me saying, if you've watched me before, that I did a needlework marketplace pre-order through Fabrics by Crafty Kate. Now, I was very, very subdued. I only pre-ordered one chart, and that was Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. I have to look because I can never remember what it is, and that is Peacock Manor. Absolutely love that. And I know it was in the Just Cross Stitch magazine earlier in the year, but there was nothing else in it, particularly that I'd stitched. So, and then, seeing as the chart can't travel alone, I did order some of Kate's fabric. This is the first piece I've ever had, and it won't be the last. This is 36 count linen, and it is a 13 by 18 piece in buttercream, and that really does not show particularly well, but it is a beautiful piece of fabric, and it certainly will not be my last piece. I would like to get some more at some point. And I won't put that back. I got it out of the bag when I was paused picking my stuff up off the floor. And then I'm so sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat and I haven't got a drink. The other chart that Dawn, lovely Dawn Frosty X Stitch gifted me with, and you will see why she gifted me this one. And this is Winter Friends, also by the Snowflower Diaries. So I'm looking forward to stitching that sometime as well. So thank you so much again, Dawn. It meant so much, it really did. And then, what else have I got? Oh, I've got the giveaway, my giveaway winners. But before I do that, I do actually think I might have a change to how I do my salls next year. I'm thinking of maybe for the Blackbird Designs salls that I do with Barb, Mouse and Lainey, because my sal on a Saturday night with Lainey is supposed to be Blackbird Designs, but it's kind of gone by the wayside recently. And also the Barbara Anna one that I do, I'm kind of thinking of doing maybe one of the designer and then changing and doing one of something else, because I'm kind of not really getting through my other charts. So yeah, I might consider doing that next year. Plans just to try and carry on with what I have got on the go. 1st of November I do have a new start with lovely Angela, Mrs. Miggins. We're going to start Yasmin's Made with Love, Light of Christmas or something like that. It's the Angel, which Angela had won in Yaz's giveaway, but she'd already purchased the chart, so she asked Yaz if she would send it to me. So yeah, we're gonna sell that together. I've got that. I think I've got it all kitted up, actually ready to go. And then on, I think it's if I remember right, it's the 3rd of November. Lovely Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, is starting Long Dog Samplers Saga. I think she's starting it with Alison, the Stitching Whippet, I think. Now, I would love to stitch Saga, I really, really would, but I think maybe for me it's maybe a bit too much. I don't know. One day maybe I might. So Elaine suggested that I start Pilgrim with her for her birthday, so that is what I'm going to do. I need to get my fabric sorted, I need to get my fabric cut and stitch around the edges as well, because it could be a long time before I get it finished. Well, it probably will be a long time before I get it finished. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I know Elizabeth Aston, she was going to start tap dances with me as well, so if you'd like to start then, Elizabeth, and we can stitch it together, stitch the Pilgrim and tap dances together along with Elaine and Alison doing Saga. That would be absolutely lovely. So yeah, that may well get put away for December, I don't know, it just depends on what happens. Right, so I'm going to do my giveaway results now, and then that I think will be it. I do have a Flosstuber shout out actually, which I really must try and remember to do. So if you remember from last time, I was giving away 3 charts that I had won in, oh brain, for God's sake, come on, cross stitch camp last year. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and there was, I've kept some, and then I decided to give the rest away because I don't really want to stitch them. I do feel a bit awful, but you know, at least I'm sending them on to somebody that will want to stitch them. So the first one is this one, and it's a Laurie Holt of Being My Bonnet, and I asked you to use the word prim. And as there was only one person who used the word prim, the winner is Cardiff Stitcher Danielle. So congratulations, Danielle. If you could either email me on the email address that's in the description box down below, or drop me a message on Instagram with your name and address, that would be fantastic, and I will get that in the post to you as soon as I can. And then the next one is Country Cottage Needleworks, and it's from the seasonal celebration, and it's autumn. I've used a random comment picker, by the way, for this. And the winner is, whoops, I nearly dropped that then, Kirsty Diamond Stitcher. So again, Kirsty, if you could either email me at the email in the description box with your name and address, or message me on Instagram, and I'll get that in the post. Congratulations. And then there was this one, Hello from Liz Matthews, Quaker Pumpkins. And for this one I asked you to use the word pumpkins. I can't speak this morning. I do not know what on earth is going on. Lack of sleep, quite possibly. So the winner of this one is Elizabeth Aston. So congratulations, Elizabeth. Again, if you could either email me at the email address in the box down below, or message me on Instagram, and I'll get that in the post to you as soon as possible. Congratulations to you, to all 3 of you, and thank you to everybody who entered on. I always kind of feel really bad that I don't have something for everybody, but it's just not possible. Right, so, oh yeah, and also, and I need to get in touch with Natalie, Home Sweet Home Handmade Natalie. I don't know whether you've seen my floss tube, not the last one, the one before I think it was, but you won the Hands Across the Sea samplers card But I'll get in touch with you on Instagram, so I can get your address. Right, last thing is a new Flosstuber. Now, this kind of made me giggle a little bit because Linda Lancashire Stitcher, she shouted this Flosstuber out, not on her last Flosstube, the Flosstube before, and I went and had a look, and I saved it, subscribe, saved a Flosstube to watch. I think she's got 3 up now, and it is Lindsay the Cheshire Stitcher. So I will link Lindsay's Flosstube down below. But the stupid thing was, I sat down to watch it the other day, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, I know you. I'm sure I know you. Yeah, I do. And I did actually comment and say that, which made Hare laugh as well. We've been we've known each other through the Stitcher community for quite a number of years now, and there's me sitting there looking at her thinking, I know you, but how do I know you? And then it dawned on me who she actually was. I tell you, I get worse. I really, really do get worse. Anyway, that is me. So hopefully I will be back in a couple of weeks' time. So that will be my husband's last week at work before he takes early retirement. Yeah, this is a trust the universe. I have to trust the universe that this is all going to work out fine. But yes, yeah, Jess is doing okay. Thank you to everybody who left such lovely comments last time. Yeah, she's doing okay. She's trying really, really hard. Hopefully the next thing she's going to do is get her eyes tested, because she's had a letter to say she's due. So hopefully she'll be doing that. Yeah, but yeah, she's doing okay. Just a shame she couldn't get the help from the people who know what they're doing. But anyway, never mind. Can't be helped. So as I say, I will see you in a couple of weeks. And just enjoy every single stitch. Stay safe. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your lovely comments, for subscribing, for the likes. It truly, truly does mean a lot to me. So thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.